Friends, welcome to the tutorial series on network analysis made simple. In this tutorial, we shall solve some simple and some interesting gate problems based on the basic circuit concepts. I hope you will enjoy the presentation and let's go ahead. Friends, now let us solve one interesting problem from GATE 1997. In this problem, we are required to find the current ID through the ideal diode shown in figure. The options are given and we have to identify the correct option. Fine. We know that the diode is ideal. And when it is forward biased, RD will be equal to 0 and it is as good as a short circuit. When it is reverse biased, ID will be infinity and it is as good as open because the diode is ideal. Now, if you analyze the given network as it is, in my opinion, it is a little difficult to definitely say that the diode is either forward biased or is reverse biased. So, let us confirm it by assuming that the diode is reverse biased. When it is reverse biased, we can open it. But remember friends, we have not removed the diode from the circuit. We have only changed the status. So, to find whether it is reverse biased or not, let us find out the voltage at the anode terminal and let it be V1 and voltage at the cathode terminal, let it be V2. So, to find the current in the 4 ohm resistor, we know I4 ohm is equal to 10 volts divided by 8 ohm and is equal to 5 divided by 4 amperes. That is simple. So, V1 is equal to 5 divided by 4 into 4 ohm and V1 is equal to 5 volts. Similarly, V2 is equal to 2 ampere into 1. That is simple. So, V2 is equal to 2 volts. So, what you understand from this is the anode voltage is 5 volts and the cathode voltage is 2 volts. It means the diode is not reverse biased, but it is forward biased. So, when it is forward biased, we can as well, short it. And when you sort it, you find that both the nodes V1 and V2 behave as one node. So the circuit becomes simple. So by writing the nodal equation for the node V1, we get V1 minus 10 divided by 4 plus V1 divided by 4 plus V1 divided by 1 minus 2 is equal to 0. By solving this simple equation, we get V1 is equal to 3 volts. Fine. Once we know V1 and we want to find ID, the current flowing through the diode, and we have to concentrate on V1. When you do that, if we find these two currents, branch currents, we can apply the Kirchhoff's current law to node V1 and find ID. That is simple. So, let the current be I1, which is equal to 10 volts minus V1 divided by 4, and we know the voltage V1, and by substituting V1 and solving, we get I1 is equal to 7 divided by 4 amperes. Similarly, you see that I4 is equal to V1 divided by 4 and that is equal to 3 divided by 4 amperes. So now if you look into the junction node V1, I1 which is equal to 7 divided by 4 amperes is entering the junction and I4 which is 3 divided by 4 is leaving the junction. Therefore, the equation for the current ID can be written as I1 minus I4 and by substituting the values we get ID is equal to 1 ampere and hence option C is the correct answer. Very simple, isn't it? Friends, next we shall solve one simple problem from GATE 2001. In this question, we are required to find the voltage E0 in the circuit shown in figure. If you observe the network, you find that E0 appears across this junction and there are two other junctions present in the network. And if you want to solve the network as it is, you have to write two nodal equations and solve for E0. But if it is possible to reduce the network, we should do it. If you observe, this current source of 8 amperes and 10 ohm resistance are directly in parallel with each other and hence this current source is convertible, and by converting this current source into voltage source we get 80 volts in series with 10 ohm as shown in figure. Now you see that the problem is reduced to a simple two node network. So, by writing the nodal equation for node E0, we get E0 minus 80 divided by 12 plus E0 minus 16 divided by 6 plus E0 divided by 12 is equal to 0. By solving this simple equation, we get E0 is equal to 28 volts and hence option D is the correct answer. Very simple, isn't it? Friends, now we shall solve one interesting problem from GATE 2009. It says that a fully charged mobile phone with a 12 volts battery is good for 10 minutes talk time. Assume that during this talk time, the battery delivers a constant current of 2 amperes and its voltage drops from 12 volts to 10 volts as shown in figure. And we are required to find the energy delivered by the battery during the talk time of 10 minutes. Fine. The problem is simple and very tricky. We know that the battery delivers a constant current of 2 amperes during the talk time of 10 minutes or 600 seconds. This is the key point that you should remember. And we know power P is equal to V into I watts and energy E is equal to V into I into T joules. Friends, shall we combine these parameters like this? That energy E is equal to V into T into I. Why we did this, you know? I is constant and is equal to 2 amperes and voltage is varying with respect to time and the graph is given and we can utilize this information to solve the problem very easily. So, you see that V into T is the area under the curve V and T as shown in the graph. Now, what is energy E? energy E is the area of the triangle plus area of the rectangle into I joules. That is simple. And we know how to find the area of the triangle and area of the rectangle. So, energy E is equal to half into 600 seconds into 2 volts plus 600 seconds into 10 volts into 2 amperes. That is simple. So by solving, we get energy E is equal to 6600 into 2 amperes, and by solving further we get E is equal to 13.2 kilojoules, and hence option C is the correct answer. Very simple and tricky, isn't it? Friends, now we shall solve yet another interesting problem from GATE 2020. In this question, we are required to find the power delivered by the 10 volts voltage source in the circuit shown in figure. The options are given and we have to identify the correct option. Fine. If you observe the network, in my opinion, if we identify the junction nodes present in the network and utilize those junction nodes effectively to make the solution more simple, it is possible. I will show you. Let this junction be the reference junction node, and we know the voltage of this junction node is 10 volts, and let it be V1. Another junction that you should identify is this, where 1 ampere is entering, 2 ampere is entering. So using Kirchhoff's law, we find that 3 amperes will enter V1. Fine. What we want to find? We want to find I, so that we can find the power delivered by the voltage source, which is equal to 10 volts into this current I. So, what is the other junction node left out in the network is this, and let this be V2. Now, let us write the nodal equation for junction node V2. We get V2 divided by 2 plus 1 plus V2 minus V1 divided by 2 is equal to 0. By solving this simple equation, we get V2 is equal to 4 volts. Fine. It is simple, you can solve and you get V2 is equal to 4 volts. Now, the interesting part of the solution is to concentrate on the node V1, and because we want to find I, if we find the currents in these two branches, we are done with it. We can apply Kirchhoff's current law and find I. You also know that already one branch current 3 ampere is entering V1. So let's find this current and call this as I1, and I1 is equal to V1 minus V2 divided by 2, and we know V1 and V2. So by substituting V1 and V2, we get I1 is equal to 3 amperes. The answer is positive, so the assumed direction also is correct. Now, if you concentrate on V1, 3 ampere is entering the junction node V1 and 3 amperes is leaving the junction node, so that the current I is equal to 0. That is simple. So, power delivered by the voltage source is V into I. I is 0. Therefore, power delivered is equal to 0 watts, and hence option A is the correct answer. Very simple, isn't it? Friends, now We shall solve one simple problem from gate 2000. In this question, we are required to find phi of t across the inductance of 1 Henry as shown in figure. The problem is very simple. Let this junction be 1 and there are two current sources, and by applying the Kirchhoff's current law to this junction node, we get IL is equal to e to the power of at plus e to the power of bt. Now we know phi of t is equal to L into dIL by dt, and in this case here phi of t is equal to L into d by dt of e to the power of at plus e to the power of bt. By substituting the value of L is equal to 1 Henry and differentiating it, we get phi of t is equal to a into e to the power of at plus b into e to the power of bt, and hence option D is the correct answer. Very simple, isn't it? Friends, in this tutorial, we solved some simple and some tricky and interesting gate problems. Hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you for watching.